just thought I'd go to a prophecy of Jesus. It says in Micah, chapter 5, Prophet Micah, chapter 5, verse 2 onwards. Just read a bit of it. But you, O Bethlehem, Ephrathah, who are little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be ruler in Israel, whose origin is from of old, from ancient days. Therefore he shall give them up until the time when she who is in travail has brought forth. Then the rest of his brethren shall return to the people of Israel. And he shall stand and feed his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God. And they shall dwell secure, for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth. So that's the prophecy long before Christ was born. And here we have in the Gospel according to St. Matthew, chapter 2. Now, when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea. So this fulfills that aspect of the prophecy, his birth. In the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men came from the east to Jerusalem, saying, where is he who has been born King of the Jews? Now that's interesting for them to say. They must have read the prophecy, because the fact that he's born in Bethlehem is one thing, they got there, but they seem to know that the person who's going to be born at this particular time will be the King of the Jews. So it seems like these wise men had access to the prophecy of Micah. Otherwise they wouldn't have been said he was going to be a king. For we have seen his star in the east, and have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And assembling all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. Now it's also interesting that Herod and all Jerusalem was troubled. Now all Jerusalem will mean all the leading lights in Jerusalem, all the people connected with Herod and his political establishment. And they're troubled because if there's a new king on the scene, that means Herod's going to be overthrown and all his camp followers are going to be overthrown in their thinking. So they're troubled for that reason, as well as the king is. So the chief priests and the scribes are all assembled because Herod wants some wisdom from scripture as to where Christ is going to be born. They told him, in Bethlehem of Judea, for so it is written by the prophets, and you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who will govern my people Israel. So there we have a succinct statement of the prophecy that I've just read. And so it talks about Herod craftily summoning the wise men after that. We need not go on that. So here we have an old prophecy about the Messiah being born in Bethlehem. But it's not the only relevant prophecy. Herod doesn't allude to the time that Jesus might be born. And that's because there seems to be no prophecy as to the exact time, but there is a prophecy as to the date of death. Well, pretty much the date of death. But you can't know whether the Messiah, who is going to die, will be dying as an old man, or as a young man, or as a teenager. So the prophecy can't be that clear.